Today we're making a giant jack-o'-lantern wreath that'll look perfect in your Halloween decorations. This giant wreath measures 8 feet tall and is rated for outdoor use. So join me for this awesome tutorial. To begin making our pumpkin wreath, we need plywood. Now this plywood is 1/2 inch thick and it measures 4 feet by 8 feet. I actually made a Christmas wreath last year. If you want to check that out instead of a pumpkin wreath, there should be a drop down link right up here on the top right of the screen. Go check out how I made an 8-foot Christmas wreath. Now this idea actually came to me from another creator who happens to be my sister. She made an amazing pumpkin wreath tutorial for the front door and it looks so cute and so adorable and it's for under $20. Go check out her tutorial, which inspired my tutorial. There should be a drop down link right over here. Go check out and make your own pumpkin wreath for your door, which is smaller and more affordable. So for this wreath, we go big on this channel, so we're making it 8 foot tall. So we need 2 of these sheets and we're gonna put a screw right in the edge of the middle and we're gonna do a half circle and then we're gonna cut it out with our jigsaw. It's super simple. Let me show you how to do it. Okay, so we measure 4 feet, which is the middle of this board, and we're simply gonna put a screw right on the edge at the 4-foot mark, just like this. And then we're going to get some twine, some nylon string, and we're going to bring it all the way to the edge. Let me show you. I wanted to take a quick moment to mention the first book I've written. It's called Little Olive and the Wally Bat, and it's available on Amazon via paperback or Kindle. It's rated for kids ages 2 to 6 years old, and it follows a brave little olive that gets lost and is found by a very helpful brown bat. If anyone wants to support me or read it to their little ones, go check it out. Little Olive and the Wally Bat on Amazon. Now let's get back to this amazing tutorial. All right, so look what we've done. I brought the nylon string all the way over here to the corner and I have my pencil here. So what we're trying to do, now we can remove this, we want to come with your string all the way to the edge and that's where we're going to attach the pen, the pencil or marker. Try to keep it straight just like this. And then from here, the edge, we're simply going to go like this to make a half circle and we're going to cut that out. But remember, we need to make 2. This is the outer circle and then we need to do the width of whatever the wreath is going to be. So if you want yours to be thin, you can make it about 6 inches. You could do 12 inches. I believe last year I did about 18 or 16 inches. I might do it thinner this year since we're using pumpkin. So I'm thinking that I might do about 10 inches from this one to the inside loop of the wreath, which we're going to do it like this, and then bam, we're going to do the same thing. All right, once we're done cutting our first half circle, we're going to place it on top of our other sheet of plywood and we're going to trace it out with a marker or a pencil. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, so don't worry if you're not going really nice and shapely because it's going to get covered with pumpkin. So we just need a rough circular shape that we're going to use and let's cut it out. All right, once it's been cut, this is what it should look like. And we have cut 2 pieces of 2x4. This is going to be the support to join both halves. Now, you don't have to use 2x4. You could actually use plywood and cut it to a semicircle shape to use instead of the 2x4, but I had these 2x4s lying around, so we're going to use them. I have some 2.5 screws. We're going to screw it in, and the reason we're doing this is 1, to give it support when we stand it up, and 2, we can remove these 2 pieces of wood at the end of the season so we can store this as 2 halves versus storing it as 1 big circle. The next step is to paint it. Now, I would recommend painting both sides so it's weatherproofed. Make sure you use exterior grade paint. Don't use interior, okay? We need to protect this. So I'm going to use black, but you could also use orange since we're using pumpkins. So either black or orange I think would be really awesome. All right, now it's time to carve our foam pumpkins. I always get my foam pumpkins from the store called Michael's, but I never pay full price. I always buy them when they're on sale. And a couple times a year and always before holidays, they'll go 30, 40, sometimes 50, and I bought some that were 60% off. So make sure you get them when they're on sale. I've already made a tutorial on how to carve jack-o'-lanterns on these foam pumpkins. You need a hot knife, you need an LED outdoor candle that comes with a remote control. All of that I included in that tutorial. I'm going to put a drop-down link on the upper right of your screen. Go click it, see how easy it is to carve these into jack-o'-lanterns. And I'm not an artist when it comes to drawing, but you'll see that I was able to do a lot of cool faces with minimal talent when it comes to drawing, because I don't know how to really draw that well. But anyways, go watch that, then come back here and we're going to attach them. Now you could attach them one of two ways. You could use a wire, a thin wire, make a hole on the right and left side, run the wire through there, and then attach it to the plywood. The issue with that is that it'll be able to move some. I don't know if it'll be great or look great with all of them being able to move. So I'm going to use expanding foam. Great stuff, expanding foam. We're going to put some on the back. What I love about expanding foam is that it can hold things like this pumpkin sturdy in a vertical position, and if you need to remove it, you can just rip it out. Also, it doesn't do really good in terms of color when it's outdoors, so it's going to turn a yellowish, burnt orange looking color, and I think that'll go really good with the pumpkins. So let's use some expanding foam. I'm going to show you how to do it right now, and it's super simple. So this is how I've set up all of the jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins. I'm doing one jack-o'-lantern, one pumpkin, so on and so forth, and I think I put two together at the top over there. But yeah, we're doing it just like this, and now we're going to use expanding foam to hold them together. Let's start putting expanding foam all the way on the back of them, and let's see how it goes. So after we put all of the expanding foam underneath the jack-o'-lanterns and the pumpkin, I realized that I had done an error. And that was that when I put a lot of foam on the bottom, the foam was pushing the pumpkins up. Some of them did not attach to the wreath. Others attached perfectly. So we're going to fix that by using a pipe strap. Now this is 1 1/4 inches. And we're going to use some regular drywall anchors. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the pipe strap and place it at the back of the pumpkin, preferably about halfway down, just like this. We're going to put the anchor first, 2 anchors, and then we're going to line up the pipe strap with the openings, and then we're going to drill it inside, screw it inside, so it can hold like that. And what's going to happen is when we turn this around like this, and we put it down on the plywood, once the foam gets in between this and it dries, it'll act as an anchor. So this cannot be easily pulled off. It'll still be easy to remove it because you can just cut off the foam if you'd like to remove this. But doing it this way ensures that it will stay stationary and that the foam will hold down the pumpkin. So let's quickly do this. That, and this is going to go like that, so I'm going to mark it right over here where we're going to make the second hole. We get our second anchor. Okay, so then we get our pipe strap, and it's going to go just like this, and we're going to get our 2 screws, and these are 1 1/4 inches. But since the opening for the pipe strap is bigger than the head, we're going to be using small washers, just like that. And as always, I include the links to everything that I use on this channel, from the straps to the screws, all of it. It's all listed here so that you can go see exactly what I purchased. All right, so look how we did it, just like this. This is gonna go in the back. And we did it about halfway or a little bit less than halfway. And then when we put it down like that on the plywood, like I said earlier, we put the foam around. The foam will get all in between over here, hold it down really tightly. And that's how we're gonna keep all of them on the wreath. So this is what it should look like after we've done the pipe strap and the expanding foam. So the pipe strap is underneath there. We put the expanding foam all around here. And now these pumpkins are secure in there just enough so that they can be held up. And as you can see, it started to yellow already. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray paint it black. It doesn't matter if there's a little overspray. I kind of went a little crazy there, but we'll use a black spray paint that, and then we're going to cover it with some orange and black garland that we have here, and I think it's going to look really nice. So we'll get our spray paint. I have this one that I had lying around. You can use any type of black spray paint, and just like that, we get right in between. It doesn't matter if there's a little bit of overspray on the actual pumpkins. It is super simple. This should take us just a few minutes. We'll go around and then we'll let it dry, and then we can finish putting our garland. Next, we're going to be applying this awesome orange and black garland that we have here. As always, I link everything that I use on this channel in the description. Just hit the more button at the bottom of this video and you'll see all the links. So we're just going to grab it and we're going to go back and forth like this. Super, super simple. We can use a little bit of hot glue wherever we're starting it off, and then we're just going to keep on going around. And once we're done, I'll probably come back with another one going the opposite way, bam, bam, just to give it that little extra accent piece. One of the last things we're going to be putting is LED lights. These are, I believe, 150 feet. I think it's a little bit bigger, but they're LED, they're orange lights, and the wire is black, which is perfect. So we're just going to go like this in the same pattern that we did our garland, go all the way around and then come all the way back. So once you have your wreath up against the garage, we're going to attach it using 2 screws. Now, I know some of you are not going to want to do this, but the way that I securely attach these giant wreaths to the outside of the garage is by using 2 screws. Each screw is 4 inches. We'll go through the plywood into this. Now, last year I did the exact same thing. I screwed 1 screw here, 1 screw here with our giant 8-foot Christmas wreath, and it attached right to here. And it did not move for the entire season. It was stable. It's already, stable right now, and it's not even screwed into anything. But once you remove the screws at the end of the season, you can just put some caulking in there to cover the small little hole, and you'll be perfectly fine. Nothing's gonna happen. So let's put 2 screws in there, and then we can finish the final details. So the last thing we want to do is put these LED puck lights inside these jack-o'-lanterns. Now they come in several different colors. They have a remote control. They also have a timer. What I love about these is that they put out a lot of light. So even though we have the LED candles inside of here, I always put one of these inside of that. You can just drop it inside and it'll just illuminate the jack-o'-lanterns even more, because the LED candles do look really cool, but their light output isn't that great compared to one of these LED puck lights. So I'm gonna add these to the description of this video as well, so you can put them inside. They take 3 AA batteries, and yeah, that's it. We put them inside, we light them up.